All right, let's begin with the very latest from the Madlanga Commission. We bring you SABC News Senior reporter Canny Maphanga, who's live there for us. Kenny, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. Ending off on a note where we're expecting more documentation from Mr. Vusumuzi, Cat Matlala, but of course we saw a whole day of legal arguments. How far have we gotten with him?
Well, not very far, Bongiwe. Good evening to you and to the viewers at home. Well, essentially, it was a bit of a trying day for the Madlanga Commission as it sought further clarity and information from alleged cartel member Vusumuzi Cat Matlala. The idea today was for Vusumuzi Cat Matlala to bring that substantive application that would explain why he is invoking this privilege, or rather the right against self-incrimination, in a number of themes in which he is implicated in before the Madlanga Commission, and he needs to answer to you. Was also expected to supply a supplementary affidavit where he deals with issues that are outstanding from his previous appearance, and it may have been an oversight that he was silent on certain matters. However, what took place today is that it's seemingly the lead counsel for Vusumuzi Cat Matlala, Advocate Van Heerwa, was not here today due to some ailment, and of course what then took place is that the juniors took up the lead in terms of representing Vusumuzi Cat Matlala before the probe today. And it seemed that they were not ready to proceed with the substantive application, asking for that stand down until tomorrow. Of course, that was refused, but prior to it being refused, there were some hypotheticals that were put before the probe that painted a picture of a team that could possibly stage a walkout, head to court, or actually go off record in terms of their representation of Vusumuzi Cat Matlala if the Commission did not court, or rather give credence to that particular relief that was sought in terms of the postponement. But it looks like the Commission called their bluff and actually ruled that the application must proceed today. We still see those attorneys are on record, and so is the council. And seemingly the application itself was paused as they proceeded with the testimony, but I'm not sure that the testimony that he provided in the supplementary affidavit takes the Commission anywhere, because on a number of themes he refuses to be drawn on certain subjects, and it seems that he's still invoking that right against self-incrimination, and he's still doing so without any substantiation, leading to a number of adjournments before the probe, because it's difficult to understand how certain issues engage the criminal matters, or what fear he has in issues such as Lieutenant General Shajik Sibia, Mike van Wyk, who is not one of his co-accused, and many other themes that he has to answer to. It seems what could have been taking place today is that Vusumuzi Cat Matlala may have been using this privilege or this right in a manner that had a blanket approach because of what the information would reveal if he were to delve into those subjects. We've often noticed in the Madlanga Commission that a lot of the persons of interest are highly connected to one another, and we've seen that even in the evidence of Mswazi or the chats emanating from his phone. Names are coming up that you've seen in other themes before the Madlanga Commission, and it is possible that, for example, if Vusumuzi Cat Matlala weren't to engage with the Lieutenant General Shajik Sibia evidence, then he would have to engage with the question of why they were using an alleged middleman, Sergeant Van Inkosi, to communicate with one another. What was so secret that they had to be far removed from one another? How close was their relationship, and why he bought him, allegedly, those impalas to his farm. So all of those alleged benefits would have to come up. That would likely lead to networks being exposed, further names being exposed, and the nature of the relationship pointing to alleged unlawful conduct. It seems that that may be what Vusumuzi Cat Matlala is running away from, hiding behind the shield of the privilege against self-incrimination, as it seems that the Medicare 24/4 case, it is put to him that that plea deal is no longer relevant because the investigations start over after it fell away during those failed plea negotiations before the courts. So essentially, things that he's claiming as a privilege, something that he can't go into, it seems that it has little to do with what the possible offence could be, but rather seemingly what this information could reveal if he goes a little too far and spills the beans with respect to these relevant themes. We'll see how this continues tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. as the Commission has made little to no advancements on the evidence of Vusumuzi Cat Matlala as he continues to hold on to that right against self-incrimination. The hearings continue tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
Sterling work as always. Thank you so much, Canny Maphanga, there, our colleague, really just wrapping the day for us. So it'll be interesting to also see the money trail, right, to see then how it all plays out and how much information the Commission is able to actually grasp from this. But we continue then with further analysis. Tell us.